Hey folks, in this video I'm going to be changing the retrieve on this reel from right-handed to left-handed. Okay, so I recently ordered this Gulfstream reel from a flash shop online. It's an excellent reel. I own the Everglades, which I use for my 8-weight outfit for bonefish and smaller fish. This is the Gulfstream, which I'm going to be using with a 12-weight line, hopefully in the pursuit of Roosterfish in an upcoming trip. But it's a great reel also for Tarpon and any other larger species. So anyways, but like I said, this comes with that right-handed retrieve from the factory, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that. Or right-handed retrieve means that when the reel is mounted on the rod, the angler is using his right hand to retrieve. But I've always done it the other way around, which is retrieving with my left hand. I normally have them shipped for left-handed retrieve, but this time, even though I requested it, it came to me for right-handed retrieve, but no worries. I looked it up. The owner's manual is available at the Tibor website, and it's fairly straightforward. What we basically need to do is when we open this reel, it'll pull up in two parts. One will be the spool, and two, the body of the reel with the drag system. We're going to look for something called the clutch dogs. Clutch dogs are a couple of mechanical devices that are set on the top and in the bottom to ensure that if you're doing a right-hand retrieve, when the line is going out of the reel, it engages and the drag system kicks in. But if you're retrieving, obviously, it lets you freely turn the spool to retrieve line. All right, so let's get started. It should be fairly straightforward. The owner's manual says all you need is a penny, tweezers, and a screwdriver to complete this task. So we're going to go ahead and start by, I should put this aside here so nothing falls. We're going to start by using the penny to remove this, to separate the reel. Okay, it loosens the knob that holds the, put it on the side so we don't lose it. I can see myself losing this. This is pretty small. I'll put that over here so I have a little container safe. And then we're going to remove the drag, the knob that sets the drag on the reel. Okay, and I keep turning it until it's completely off. And it's about to come out. Okay, good. So we're going to put this off to the side again so I don't lose it. Okay, so now we have the reel without the knobs. And if all goes well, we should be able to pull this apart. Oh, there you go, nice and easy. I'll just finish pinning this. There's a little bit of resistance. So let me just wiggle my way. Okay, there we go. All right, so that wasn't that hard. And now we have the reel with the drag system. I can already see the clutch dogs that they talk about, and you have the spool. Since we're not going to do anything to the spool, we're going to touch it, we're not going to do anything to it, we're just going to put that to the side, and we're going to focus on the reel itself. Okay, so this is where we're going to use the tweezers and the screwdriver, but I just want to point out what they refer to as the clutch dogs. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the, I don't know what this is, the lower or the top. I'm going to remove this one first. Put the screw in there and put a little bit of tension. Oh, good. Wasn't that hard. Take it off. I'm going to turn it until it comes off. I can feel that it's off, the screw has come off. Yep, but I'm not going to take it off right now. You know, while I'm at it, I might as well do this one. Go ahead and remove this one. Okay, keep doing that. Okay, all right, so the screw has come off, and now if we're following instructions and everything that I read is correct, I'm going to actually just put this over here to the side. I'm going to, I should be able to lift this without a problem. And it looks like we did it. Awesome. So we have the clutch dog and the screw. I'm going to put that aside for a second. And I can already see myself losing this too because it's very, very small. I have it in my hand. I don't know if we're going to be able to see that in here and with this. Maybe I can. Very, very tiny. Okay, so it was on the left side, on my left side right now. So I'm watching this. I'm going to shift it to the receptor here, or the little hole on the right side. Okay. Be careful, it goes in nice and easy. Okay, good. Now we have that in there. Okay, make sure it's sitting correctly at the bottom. Good. So we're going to take the clutch dog and we're going to just kind of push it over here to the side. Position that. There we go. And it took a second. Let's make sure the screw is right. Okay, good. So now we have it right in position. Okay. And the spring is directly underneath it. We're going to tighten it, but we're going to leave it somewhat loose. Only because I want to make sure that this is working well. Yep. So that's a screw right there. And now it's doing what it's supposed to do. Spring is working great. So that tells me we did the right thing. Okay, now we're going to proceed to tighten this. The user manual says do not over tighten or you might damage the thread. So, you know, be careful when you're doing this. You want to tighten this so that it doesn't come off while you're using it, but also you don't want to muscle that in so that you destroy the thread. Okay, so now we just have to finish this guy here. And we had already removed the screw in this one, so we should be able to pick up the whole thing and take it off. Yep, beautiful. Put it to the side. Okay, I'm going to push it nice and easy. We're going to slide it carefully into the hole that's right there. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to push it nice and easy in there. Take a clutch dog, put it in there, and we're going to position this right over the spring. So okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put the screw and finish the process here. Secure that with just a couple of turns. Okay, I'm doing a couple of turns just to make sure this works. And let's see. Okay, that's definitely working well now. Let's tighten the screw, and we're almost done. Again, you want to secure this, not too much that you're going to damage the threads. Let's double check that we did that in here before. Okay, nice and tight. And double check this one more time. Okay. All right. So that takes care of this. So when we started, these clutch dogs were both of them were facing in the opposite direction. This one was on this side. This one was on this side. So now, if this is correct, when I do my left-handed retrieve, we're going to retrieve line without engaging them. That's good. The spool is going to freely turn, and we're going to hear that clicking noise. But when the line goes out, it's going to engage the drag system and put whatever amount of pressure you set on this. So what we have to do now is to close these two parts. I'm going to take this spool, slide it in. Good. Now it's in. So now we'll go ahead and put the drag nut back on, which is going to secure the spool to the reel. Okay, that's about enough. And then the last part, give it a good tightening. Okay, and that should do it. All right, so now what we have to do is we have to test it. So this is right hand retrieve, this would be left hand retrieve, this is where the reel is going to go in the seat of the rod, and this is, that's beautiful. That's a sign of us retrieving line, but listen to the drag. So that's when we retrieve line, and this would be when the fish is pulling line out. I don't know, you can't hear it, but the drag system being engaged. I can freely bring in line, but now that we're all set, when the line goes out, it engages the drag. And if you tighten this up even more, imagine I'm retrieving line from a beautiful roosterfish, and then when the fish runs out, see, I have a hard time pushing this right now. It's engaging the drag system. And that's how you take a reel that came set for right-hand retrieve into a left-hand retrieve. That's it, folks. All right, good luck, and I'll see you in the water.